Hello, namaskar and welcome back to all our viewers in Sports Buzz with me Deepika, your window to all what is happening in the world of sports. In today's bulletin, we will bring you latest sports news and updates from the country and the world, ranging from football to athletics and many more. But first up, let's take a look at what is making headlines. Sports legends extends best wishes to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his 71st birthday. Leicester City denied one of the club's most famous European wins, while Rangers suffered rare Europa League group defeat. On the other hand, Tottenham Hotspur laboured to an unconvincing draw. In athletics, Harmilan Bains sets new 1500-meter national record at 60th National Open Championship 2021 in Warangal. And Virat Kohli to step down as India's T20 captain after the T20 World Cup later this year. The 32 years old put out a statement on social media to announce his decision. And Men's Asian Champions Trophy scheduled to be held in Dhaka this October stands postponed. Host Bangladesh Hockey Federation confirmed on Friday. Well, the sports fraternity continues to pour in warm birthday greetings to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his 71st birthday. From sports legends to current champions, everyone extended best wishes to the Prime Minister on his birthday. Master Blaster Sachin Tendulkar extended warm birthday greetings. In a tweet, he said, and I quote him here, "Happy birthday, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Wishing you a year full of good health and happiness," unquote. Indian cricketer Virat Kohli also wished Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his birthday. He tweeted, and I quote him here, "Warm birthday greetings to our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. May you be blessed with good health and happiness," unquote. And Paralympic gold medalist Pramod Bhagat also extended best wishes to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In a tweet, he said, and I quote him here, "A very happy birthday to an inspirational leader, Shri Narendra Modi ji. May God bless you with great health and prosperity," unquote. And moving on, let's take a look at what is happening in the world of athletics. Well, we have a new athletics champion who created a national record with her stunning performance. Punjab's Harmilan Bains stole the thunder from the sprinters by breaking Sunita Rani's long-standing national record in the 1500 meters on the second day of the 60th National Open Athletics Championship in Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, Hanamkonda, Telangana. Yesterday, Delhi's KM Chanda gamely shadowed Harmilan until the Punjab runner sped away at the bell to win by a sizable margin. Harmilan undefeated in 8 national level 1500-meter races since January 2020. On the other hand, Naresh Kumar from Andhra Pradesh and Delhi's Tarundeep Kaur took the honours as the fastest male and female athlete by winning the 100 meters dash. Speaking on her achievement, Harmilan said she's extremely happy and tried her best to break the record.
Hello, this is Harmilan Bains, and today I'm very happy to win gold in 60th National Athletic Championship and break the national record. I tried really very hard to achieve this target, and I'm feeling very much happy. Thank you.
And from athletics, we have an update for you from hockey now. The Men's Asian Champions Trophy to be held in Dhaka this October has been postponed to December. Host Bangladesh Hockey Federation, which is the BHF, confirmed on Friday. The tournament was earlier scheduled to be held from 1st to 9th of October. The decision has been taken considering the prevailing situations, including the pandemic. And India's top-ranked player Prajnesh Gunaswaran will be taking on Otto Virtanen, Finland's number 2 singles player, who is ranked 419 in the first match of their Davis Cup World Group 1 first-round match at Espoo Metro Arena. Ramkumar Ramanathan, India's number 2 player, ranked 187 in the world, will meet Finland's top player Emil Risuvuri, the world number 74, in the second match on the opening day of the 2 days encounter. The Indian doubles pair of Rohan Bopanna and Divish Sharan will take on the Finnish pair of Harry Hilovra and his partner Henry Kontanen in the first match on Saturday, which will be followed by the reverse singles. And moving on to cricket now, Virat Kohli on Thursday announced that he will be stepping down as India's captain after the T20 World Cup later this year. The 32 years old put out a statement on social media to announce his decision. However, Virat Kohli will continue to serve as India's Test and ODI captain. Virat Kohli said he has had a lengthy discussion with head coach Ravi Shastri and white ball skipper Rohit Sharma before coming to this conclusion that he needs to concentrate more on ODI and Test crickets, both as a batsman and as a captain, to take the team to new heights. Virat Kohli, however, confirmed that he will continue to be a part of India's T20 team as a player. Kohli said his immense workload in the last 8 to 9 years as a player and about 5 to 6 years as a captain made him feel that he needs space to lead the Indian side well in ODIs and Test cricket. After taking over as the captain of India's T20 side 4 years ago, Virat Kohli guided the team to 45 outings, of which India won in 27 games and suffered 14 losses. He maintains a winning percentage of 65.11. Indian cricketer Virat Kohli to step down as India's T20 captain after the conclusion of the upcoming T20 World Cup, Kohli confirmed in a statement released on Thursday. However, Virat Kohli has further added that he wants to continue as Test and ODI captain. In a major blow to cricket fans, Virat Kohli announced his decision on Twitter, saying he made it with his workload in mind as a 3-format player and that he has already spoken about it with BCCI President Saurav Ganguly, Secretary Jay Shah and other selectors. Kohli further added that he arrived at his decision after a lot of contemplation and discussions with close people, including India head coach Ravi Shastri and the white ball vice captain Rohit Sharma. The development comes exactly 8 days after Kohli sat with the selectors to finalize the India squad for the T20 World Cup, which will be played in the UAE in October-November. Kohli took charge as T20 captain in 2000. And addressing the 21st annual summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization virtually, Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted the challenge of increasing radicalization that poses a threat to peace and security in SCO members' nation. Prime Minister said tackling the threat was crucial to ensuring a bright future for the youth, while also addressing the Afghanistan crisis. In a short while from now, Prime Minister Modi will be sending out his message on his SCO's meet. And I'm joined by my colleague Amritpal with more details. Amritpal, what is the current update?
We heard the Prime Minister address the SCO heads of state meeting a little while back in the afternoon, where he, called for radicalism. Act and he referred to the for linkages between the startup sector and technology by SCO for financial
Amritpal, Narendra Modi, Prime Minister, also said that the 8-member grouping should develop a joint approach to fight radicalization and extremism. Please bring us more details on that.
Because was speaking about the menace of radicalization and extremism. But Afghanistan, he said what happened. And that's why radicalization needs of how in the past.
There seems to be a connectivity issue with Amritpal Singh right now. However, moving on and continuing with the sports buzz right now, New Zealand's tour of Pakistan has been called off due to security concerns as New Zealand abandons their tour of Pakistan following a New Zealand government security alert. Announcing the decision on Twitter, the official statement further states that arrangements are now being made for the team's departure. Well, Pakistan was scheduled to host New Zealand for a series of 3 ODIs and 5 T20 internationals in Rawalpindi and Lahore from 17th of September to 3rd of October. And moving on, and standing true to her commitment, Venezuelan triple jumper and Olympic medalist Yulimar Rojas said she will remain as part of the athletics team of Barcelona despite having received offers from other sports clubs. Rojas, a gold medalist at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, said she is grateful to Barcelona for support they've given her over the past 5 years.
Venezuelan triple jumper and Olympic medalist Yulimar Rojas said she will remain as part of the athletics team of Barcelona despite having received offers from other sports clubs. Rojas, a gold medalist at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, said she is grateful to Barcelona for the support they have given her over the past 5 years.
The offers are always there, but for now I will remain in the same club where I am, the Barcelona club. They have treated me excellently. I have received a lot of love from them. I am very loved in that prestigious club. It is so beautiful. The club gave me a hand when I had nothing, when I had no world titles. I am very sentimental about that, and I will be there.
When the athlete returned to Venezuela, she was given a hero's welcome after Rojas broke the Diamond League record and won a gold medal at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Rojas also said that she would be preparing to compete in the long jump next year and dabbling in modeling.
I am going to continue with my plans for my foundation. Team Rojas 45, that's my brand. I will also be modeling, which I like. I like modeling a lot. I will be doing photo shoots, other little things besides athletes, but my focus will be there.
Rojas delivered the biggest shock win in the history of Venezuelan athletes after shattering the world record with a jump of 15.67 meters and winning gold during the Olympic Games. She has been one of the Tokyo Games revelations, becoming the first Venezuelan ever to win the triple jump at an Olympic Games. Rojas now holds both the indoor and outdoor triple jump world record. Sports Desk, DD India.
And it's now time to take a look at updates from the world of soccer in a segment Soccer Wrap.
Leicester City were denied one of the club's most famous European wins as Victor Osimhen's brilliant brace earned Napoli a 2-2 draw. Napoli's Victor Osimhen scored twice in the second half after Ayos Perez and Harvey Barnes had given Leicester a 2-0 lead. Osimhen's exquisite touch past Kasper Schmeichel reduced the deficit before he completed the comeback with a header in the 87th minute. Perez had opened the scoring with a volley from Barnes' cross before the winger fired in Leicester's second shortly after summer signing Patson Daka had a goal ruled out for offside. The host looked set to take pole position in Group C, but Osimhen dealt a late blow before Leicester's Wilfried Ndidi was sent off for a second booking. It leaves the group wide open with Leicester still to travel to Italy as well as facing Spartak Moscow and Legia Warsaw. Rangers suffered a rare Europa League group defeat after being undone by Lyon in their Group A opener. Cameroon forward Karl Togo Ekambi asked a stunning 23rd minute opener before an attempted clearance rebounded off James Tavernier into his own net at Ibrox. Joe Aribo, Ryan Kent and John Lundstram passed up first half chances while Tavernier's free kick crashed off the woodwork at 2-0. However, a composed showing from Lyon ensured they claimed victory. The defeat is Rangers' fourth in their opening 11 games across all competitions this season, double what they suffered in 90 minutes throughout the entirety of last term, and brings to an end a 10-match unbeaten run in the Europa League group stage. Makeshift Celtic let a 2-goal lead slip as they fell to defeat again Real Betis in a Europa League thriller. The visitors rode ahead with an Albion Ajeti finish and Josip Juranovic penalty, with Jota missing a golden chance for a third. It proved pivotal as Juanmi's double helped Betis turn the tie with a 4-goal blitz in 21 minutes. Anthony Ralston netted a late header, but Celtic could not find a leveller. Juan Miranda and Bruno Iglesias contributed Betis' other goals as defeat in the opening game leaves Celtic third in Group G after Bayer Leverkusen fought back to beat Ferencvaros 2-1 in Germany. Tottenham Hotspur laboured to an unconvincing 2-2 draw with Rennes on the opening day of the Europa Conference League. Pierre-Emile rescued a point after the home side appeared to have clinched a shock victory. An own goal from Loic Bald had put the Premier League side in the driving seat early on, but following some back and forth, Les Rennais equalised through Flavien Tate. Although Spurs kept more of the ball, they struggled to carve out chances in the match. They were punished in the 71st minute by Gaetan Laborde, who pounced on a defensive lapse. Sports Desk, DD India.
And in a short while from now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be speaking after addressing the 21st annual summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And I'm joined again by our correspondent Amritpal. Amritpal, please bring us more details on Prime Minister's message.
You see, this morning when the Prime Minister addressed the plenary session of the 21st SCO Council of Heads of State, the key concerns that the Prime Minister pointed out, apart from referring to the situation in Afghanistan and expressing his concern and giving a call to the SCO countries to collectively work towards a joint approach, the Prime Minister referred to the radicalization and extremism problem, where he said that, identifying the increasing radicalization is the biggest challenge to peace and security of the region. And he invited the partners to actively engage in activities planned during India's presidency of the SCO RATS. He said he referred to a more inclusive, a more tolerant approach towards religion. If I quote the Prime Minister, he said, in India and almost all SCO countries, there is a moderate, tolerant and inclusive institutions and traditions associated with Islam. And he gave a call asking SCO to work together to develop a strong network between them. And in this context, he appreciated the work being done by the SCO RATs and appealed to the SCO partners to actively participate in building such linkages. Essentially, the Prime Minister, if you read between the lines, juxtapositioning a more tolerant, a more inclusive, a more accommodating version of Islam than being imposed or being propagated by the Taliban in Afghanistan. Though he did not name the Taliban, but if you read between the lines, that's the reference and that's the alternative model that the Prime Minister was suggesting to the SCO and appealing to the SCO to follow and bear upon Afghanistan in a sense, and other countries and SCO as a grouping, because it's one of the most important economic and security grouping of the region, which can have great bearing on the Afghan government. Of course, the Prime Minister, apart from that, referred towards economic development and the need for connectivity, underscoring the growing influence of the SCO and the criticality of connectivity for the region's development. He gave the example of how the Central Asian countries in the past were connected and it was a great route of trade, with the region was interconnected, and he lamented that sadly that is not now the story, but he underlined the need for increasing connectivity and put
Right.
out India's commitment.
The Prime Minister also stated that based on the historical heritage of Central Asia, SCO should make a common template of fighting radicalization and extremism. So what sort of common template are we looking forward to, and from here onwards?
Deepika, a collective approach towards the menace of terrorism, not getting into this binary of good terrorists, bad terrorists, not taking sides, and putting narrow interests aside and collectively work towards defeating terrorism. That was the template that the Prime Minister was referring to, building a unanimity on terrorism, as you know, not just at SCO, but at other various fora, including the UN. The world still debates what really is terrorism and who is a terrorist. So essentially, this call by the Prime Minister for a collective template to address the issue of radicalization and extremism was a unanimity of approach of all member states and dialogue partners of the SCO, and then coming to a decision to take a collective approach, especially in context of the evolving situation in Afghanistan and how more radicalized elements, more extremist ideologies would wish to prevail, and the need for a collective action against them.
The Prime Minister also said that challenges in Afghanistan have made it more clear, and the SCO should be making more efforts towards regional security and peace and stability. And you also highlighted the regional stability. What do we understand by that, Amritpal?
If you look at the SCO, it is typical 8-member block of the countries of the region, influential countries of the region, which include big countries like Russia, China, India. There are other countries like Pakistan. Today, Iran was added as a member state. There are, Central Asian countries in it. There are dialogue partners. Qatar, Saudi Arabia were invited as dialogue partners. So it is essentially a bloc which looks at the region's security and economic cooperation. That's how it was created, and that is the purpose of it. And the call by the Prime Minister for having a collective response to security issues was essentially a call given the evolving situation in Afghanistan, the emerging human catastrophe there, and the voices of extremism and radicalization that one sees there, and also the fears of the world, given that the current SCO, the current Taliban government has 17 internationally proscribed individuals by bodies no less than the United Nations, who are currently holding positions. For most notable one being Sirajuddin Haqqani of the infamous Haqqani network. Though the Prime Minister, as I reiterate, that did not specifically mention Taliban for diplomatic reasons and for foreign policy reasons, but his reference was clear for all those who understand what the Prime Minister was saying. His reference was very clear that this is a menace which has the potential of destabilizing not just Afghanistan but the whole region, and therefore the important players of the region, be it China, Russia, India, including Pakistan. He did not name any of these countries. Iran, Qatar, they are important players and they've played an important role. And what happens in Afghanistan greatly affects them. If Afghan soil is used for terrorist activities.
Absolutely. Amritpal will be getting back to you in a short while. Thank you so much for joining us right now. And moving back to our sports pass, American Alberto Salazar, who's coached some of the world's top long-distance runners, had his 4-year suspension for a series of anti-doping rule violations upheld by the Court of Arbitration for Sport. The 63-year-old who guided Britain's Mo Farah to Olympic titles was banned by the US anti-doping agency in the year 2019 for orchestrating and facilitating doping as head coach of the Nike Oregon project, an elite camp designed primarily to develop US endurance athletes. CAS further confirmed in a statement that a ban on endocrinologist Jeffrey Brown had also been upheld. And moving on, four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel and Canadian Lance Stroll, son of the owner, will race for Aston Martin next season in an unchanged driver lineup, the Formula One team. Vettel, who won his titles with Red Bull between 2010 and 13, joined at the end of last year from Ferrari. Executive Chairman Lawrence Stroll had assured reporters this week that the German was set to stay after media speculation he might not. Stroll Sr. said also that he saw Lance as a potential champion. And to once again remind our viewers, students can now register free for Fit India quiz. The Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports has announced that the first 2 lakh students nominated by 1 lakh schools for the Fit India quiz can now be registered free for nationwide Fit India quiz. In addition to this, every school can nominate maximum 2 students for free for the quiz on first-come, first-served basis. The decision was announced by Union Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Anurag Singh Thakur, to increase fitness and sports awareness among school children. The Fit India quiz, which is the first ever nationwide quiz on sports and fitness, was launched on the 1st of September. The nationwide quiz has a whopping amount of 3.25 crore rupees as prize money, with the national record round telecast on Star Sports. Further to this, the quiz will have representations from every states and union territories in the country and will be a mix of online and broadcast rounds. The format has been designed in an inclusive manner wherein school students from across the country will get an opportunity to test their fitness and sports knowledge against their peers. And that's all for now in Sports Buzz, but news continues here on DD India. Keep watching. Namaskar.